playthrough we have in second contact Flashpoint. Some remaining HOP fleets, they are now being surrounded by Antigone and Paranid, as well as the Argon fleets, and they are not likely going to last very long.
Awaiting orders.
Heading down to the sector true site, the HOP aren't very much better. One of their administration center has already been destroyed, and there are two Paranid destroyers that's onto the defense platform, and they are definitely taking a pounding. And here we turn our focus back to the player headquarters in
Entering
the
system. Brand
research.
exchange.
We decided to go on with the advanced engine mod research, and that will take some time for us to gather the materials required for the research. Now heading to Hativa's Choice, we can see a fleet of Xenons has been obliterated by our fleet, along with the Argons setting up the blockade. These Argons are preparing their incursion into Tharkas Cascade. As for us, we'll just stay here and collect all the dropped containers and just be content and waiting for the Xenons to mount their defense. And now we have turned our attention back to Pious Mist, just outside the CAC installation. Our
Awaiting orders.
fleet of a supply ship and its traders are now under attack. And these traders are just small ships, so I actually lost about 3 or 4 of those traders before my destroyer was set to guard the position, and even then it wasn't exactly very effective at intercepting the enemy and the CACs that keep spawning from all sides around the installation. So as a result, I have now set the destroyer to attack targets in range for a start, before I set it to default behavior of protect position.
Awaiting orders.
So heading into Tharkas Cascade, we can see the Argonian fleet is passing through. They've even got a supply ship with a few destroyers. And going back to second contact Flashpoint, the destroyers from HOPs are all destroyed, and now we can see a construction vessel being attacked by the Antigone and the Argon fleet. And the situation down in True Sight hasn't improved much either. The defense station is still being pounded by the two Paranid destroyers. So going to check down on the systems, Hewa's Twins 2, there's a group of Xenon capitals and they're still doing their incursions into Hewa's Twin 1. The Teladi fleet is nowhere to be seen. I highly doubt they have been obliterated, but probably just outside of my radar range. And I couldn't see where they have been. So right now we are heading back to our sector in second contact Flashpoint. It's time for us to place our wharf down at second contact.
Awaiting orders.
We've already got a template, so we just need to get the plot down. Trying to place it close to the Antigone and Argon's defense platform, so we have to go down on the y-axis to about the same level. Hopefully when new ships are built they will aggress. We just have to load up the template for it once we went to the planning phase. So there we go. They'll start gathering materials, and it will take quite some time because we have a defense platform down in second contact that needs to accumulate its materials as well. And here heading to our shipyard, we needed to do a little bit of a redesign. So going into configure the station, and I'm going to add an extra dock for it. So let's just see where we can add the other dock and perhaps a few more storage containers for it, just so that we don't run out and we have a good stash of them when we need to pump out the ships and to buy orders from the NPCs. Got to rotate this around and then find the right joint. Now okay, that's green, so next to the defense platform. That's perfect. Alright, so going back down into Pious Mist and to our fleet down at the CAC installation, we can see some CAC ships has already spawned nearby, and we just want to see how our fleet, our destroyer handles it. Right now, I've got to give it the right command. It doesn't look like it's intercepting the CAC as it would do for the Xenons. And now they're going to attack my supply ship's freight ship. And they're just sitting there and been hit. And that was not very impressive, was it?
Requesting immediate backup.
Okay, we're trying to see if we can flee away, but I don't think it looks like it will. And there it goes, it's go poof. Right, that's one ship down. And the battleship will take just too much time to charge up. The main guns are likely going to miss, especially in double drive, and they are traveling at relatively, let's say, they're traveling at 2.5 kilometers away and already engaging my other trade ship. And that was a total miss. So given that our trade ships are not very well protected, we're going back to our shipyard, our wharf, to design some ships to intercept those cacks. So let's see what we can come up with. I was going with a Nemesis hull.
Dear visitors, we are experiencing...
Awaiting orders.
So let's just load up our missiles and beam turret, the missile and beam hybrid template,
Awaiting orders.
and send something down there to patrol just outside the CAC installation to see if it helps. To this point, we're still testing the effectiveness of dedicated missile boat. There is definitely problems with them with resupplying the missile ships, is that they do not stick with the original loadout that they came with, and they just all go for the heaviest missile possible for the certain launcher type.
Please remember to return your depleted energy cells to the recycling compound.
Okay, so now our Nemesis are all built, and we just need to manually load up their equipment, the missiles, in their loadout screen. Unfortunately, we have to do them one by one, and we just sent them over to our test fleet down here outside the CAC installation in Pious Mist.
Warning, explosive materials can be hazardous. Please contact the Dark Master if you have any on board. Please check your cargo is secure
So I
before
go and
departure.
checked on the encyclopedia and just want to confirm if those heavy smart missile can actually catch up with this smaller vessels or the faster small and medium ships, and it doesn't look like they can make it because their max speed is just about 200 meters per second, and whereas the light missiles can do much better job when it's traveling at about 3 or 4 times the speed. So I decided that when my Nemesis arrived, when my test fleets down in the Pious Mist, I decided to change them all into light swarm missile instead. However, there still lies a problem that when it reloads, it wouldn't actually reload the correct missile. and this is the limitation of export at this moment. The upcoming beta into 4.0 might have that resolved, but not completely. There would probably be several attempts at the implementation of such a feature that it doesn't, either it allows you to have some sort of template, or it will just load whatever it was loaded beforehand or when it was built. We have to yet to see that, and we do not know when the next beta version will be available at this stage. Hopefully it won't be too long. Okay, so now we turn our attention into Hewa's Twins 1, Hewa's Twins 2, the Teladi station, which was built, is now under siege by a big swarm of Xenons, and the build ship is still, well, excuse me for the flashes, somehow the graphics wasn't doing too well. So yes, the build ship is, and the station itself are both under siege, and the Xenons are somehow, there's probably too many of them, they decided to just sit there and be shot at, and which makes it look a little strange, obviously. But I think there's just too many entities in the sector that they didn't initialize their orders as they would have. So after a while we can see the construction vessel is still being hit. Now its shield is starting to break, and some of its surface elements are starting to get destroyed, and there seem to be slightly more Xenons converging into the sector. So as you can see that many of the surface elements starting to catch fire and been blown up. Okay, and we keep going forward a little bit more, and its shield is starting to break significantly, down to 30% shield. It won't be long, as long as the shield is down. The hulls can't withstand the damage and the DPS from the NPC for too long. Now the construction vessel has already been taken out. Hewa's Twins 1, there's only a scattered few Xenons left in the sector. The fleet down at the CAC installation. Empire's Mist is just patrolling, and this defense platform is all by itself. Only a matter of time and it will blow up. It will be destroyed completely. Meanwhile, the Teladi has put three build lots down, so it will take some more time for the Xenons to clear them out. But none of them will have any builders to build them with, as long as the Xenon is holding successful blockade at the highway exit, which they have, with their capital fleet of 2Ks and an I. Okay, so in the meanwhile we go and zoom out to Matrix 451. We can see the Xenons are still holding their new construction plot pretty well with their fleet of the K and its support ships. Alright, and it's not too long before we go back to Hewa's Twins 2, and we can see the Teladi defense platform is already destroyed, and now they are working on the 3 plots down on the lower part of the sector, and Xenon have sent in rest of the remaining of its fleet into Hewa's Twins 1. And so what we're going to do is we're going to head into Hewa's Twins 1 and
Hewa's Twins.
And we got to see how the Xenon Swarm is going to deal with the Teladi trading station with their swarm while their destroyer fleet is absent. Alright, so here we go. The first victim in Hewa's Twins 1 is this Teladi Pelican here. It's taken a heavy hitting, and now all its engines has been taken out. Every time they pretty much go into the hull, they will start deploying their laser towers, and so that will distract the Xenons for a little bit, but it's probably inevitable. It's obviously inevitable for this Pelican to meet a destruction in the end. Here we go, less than 40% hull left. Actually, I was selecting the turret. It's actually been destroyed already. And this is now, as you can see, there are 6-7 laser turrets. They are going to be pushed away by the mass of the wreck. The Xenons will, well, there's 2 more over there, so that's like 9 turrets that we can see, and they're all sort of drifting with the wreck, but the Xenons are doing a good job at cleaning them out slowly, one by one. It's quite an interesting bit to watch. Lots of fireworks there, obviously. Alright, and Here we go, looking at the big map after the destruction of the Pelican, and we can see now there are the Xenon I and K fleet actually went through the superhighway and appeared into Hewa's Twin 1. In previous attempts they actually retreated back after losing their fleet eventually, but this time they actually stayed and they are ready to deal quite a bit of damage to the Teladi presence here. But the trade station is also very tough and it has a huge amount of HP, so they will not be destroying it for a long time to come, but it just means the Teladis would have a hard time to push the Xenon back with the Eye being present. So while the Xenons were consolidating their forces, the capital ships, which they've got 4 Ks and 1 Eye now, it's only the medium and small ships, the Ps and the M and Ns are attacking the destroyer fleet here, and we can see that the rightmost out of the 3 Teladi plots in Hewa's Twins 2 has now been destroyed, and the tank, the Phoenix is tanking the damage, however, and without the capital ships to assist, this is just this will take a long time for them. Even if the Ps and the Ms manage to destroy it, it will take a long time for them to break the tank. So meanwhile we're waiting for the Xenon and Teladi to get into a bigger conflict. I have a pirate problem here in second contact flashpoint, and so here we are. We're gonna take care of that ourselves because our NPC pilot doesn't seem to be able to handle them too well in terms of trying to chase them, and the pirates do change their identity. So let's just head out, double drive and just get close and make sure it doesn't boost away.
Awaiting orders.
That will just result in a lot of cat and mouse chase. And so here we are, we got him. So we're starting to slowly hitting it in a pulsed fashion with our bolt cannons. Otherwise we'll have overheat problems. In second contact we always have a frame issue, performance issue with the a lot of people have the same issue as well. There's simply too much. It has 5 gates. It's a conversion point, and it's a very important place. Here we go, we dealt with the pirates. Now it's an important intersection for the Antigone or any faction that holds this. I am actually planning to take over this sector after my shipyard and wharf has been built here, and I have an admin center, which is a gate tower that I'm also accumulating turret components. Okay, so now it's time for us to upgrade our research, trying to finish the teleportation research chain, and we're also on our way back to Hewa's Twins 1 to see how the battles unfold over there.
Entering system. Hewa's Twin.
Okay, so let's turn our camera to the trade station Having a look around, we can see the capital ships, the I and the 2Ks are approaching the station, but they are not quite in range yet. Okay, so fast forwarding a little bit more, now we have the K coming into range and it's attacking one of the Helios freighter from the Paranet. And we can see some of the modules on the trade stations already being blown up. Yeah, the Gravitons really does a good damage there. And you can see that the Helios is gone. And the I is straight after the K, and they are approaching into range of the capital fleet, which consists of a carrier and an auxiliary plus several phoenixes. So we could see they are going to be trading blows with each other for quite a bit. So I'm not going to cut this bit out too much, so we'll see how the fight turns out. We can see that the Condor is already low on its it's already been attacked by another K, which has been destroyed so far, but it is heavily damaged, seriously low in shield. We're just locking onto the laser towers because they sometimes can be too small, and the physics or the calculations can make them almost impossible to hit. Alright, so we can see the K has destroyed another destroyer, and now it's within range of both the auxiliary, the Stork, and the Condor, the carrier, and it is starting to fire most of its gravitons onto the Condor. It won't be long before it get destroyed because it's already into hull. Right. And there is a Phoenix coming into support right now, but it's too late to save the Condor. The Condor is history. Right. So they are trading their capital ships now, a K for about 2 to 3 Phoenixes, and then now the other K comes in. I think the 2K escort for the I didn't make it out, but the I did actually manage to survive and continues its siege on the trading station throughout the session. Okay, and now panning our cameras around, the eye still struggle to get into range, but the Stork is now destroyed, and the K itself, however, is under fire from many of the phoenixes that's surrounding the area, and that's why I said, as I said, it did not make it out of this engagement. The only one that did is the eye. However, the two largest extra large capital ships have all been taken out. That is definitely a blow to the Teladi's naval capacity. And now looking at the map, I can see another K has actually emerged from the superhighway and is already in close proximity of the original K and I capital fleet from the Xenons. And so while we can see that other K in the background, you can see that it's under heavy plasma fire, and it will not, as we said, it will not survive for much longer. However, the backup K here does still keep the Xenons at quite an advantage, because right now the eye is not damaged, and they still have their escort fleet of the small and medium ships, as well as a smaller capital here, the K. Okay, and you can see the K has been very busy going around and shooting at the trading station, rather than trying to annihilate the Teladi fleet as a priority. So it only by chance, when they get into range, it starts shooting at the destroyers, but it's not a guarantee thing. And so now we can see the K that's in the background there. It's taking a beating as it gets too close into the middle of the Phoenix destroyers, and it's already down to half shield. And if it doesn't get itself out of that, it's certainly to meet meet its end. Okay, we can see the K is lost all its shields now, and it's going to make a run for it. Trying to break through the defense fleet. A fleet of phoenixes, and trying to rendezvous with the K. However, it would be too late, as there's simply just too many plasmas that's shooting at it. However, as we can see now, there is another K that has actually arrived at the station. So that still keeps the eye supported, while it's hasn't really made any shots yet. It is really hard to get around the geometry of the trading station, and as we finally see now, the eye is finally start shooting at the phoenixes. They're one of the phoenix. So over here, there's a lot of fireworks to be seen, a lot of wrecks, and we can finally see the I and the K has pretty much obliterated most of the Teladi forces. There's still probably two or three phoenixes around, but they will be unable to break the tank of the I easily, especially because they are AI controlled and they are still well within range of the gravitons from the I, which means they will surely die out, as we'll see soon after. Okay, and so this pretty much wraps up the session. Back to Hewa's Twins 2. The Xenons are mopping up the remnants of the Teladi forces and have started working on the last of the Teladi building plots there. So yeah, I'm just gonna call this session to the end, and I'm trying a different format now. So if you like my videos, please feel free to follow me or subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, whenever, you know, they're always welcome. And just let me know what you like to see more. Yep. Until then, we'll see you next time.